Glad you to join our 7:30 news bulletin right here on Luntha TV with me, Chari Dejilanga. First, a look at the top stories.
Non-communicable diseases behind 1/3 of annual deaths in Malawi. And in our exclusive report this week, Robert Edward observes that while Malawi's democracy has earned global respect, calls are glowing to tighten the constitution with a 7-day power transfer window to safeguard future transitions.
We do have the details to these and many other stories. Stay tuned. Pope Leo XIV has called for urgent coordinated global action in response to the ongoing migration crisis, warning against growing indifference and the dangerous belief that nothing can be done to help the more than 100 million people affected worldwide. The Holy Father offered this message during an audience with participants of the International Conference on Refugees and Migrants in our common home at the Augustinian in Rome. We have a Vatican News report read by Patrick Popper.
Speaking to representatives from universities, NGOs, and community groups, Pope Leo XIV expressed deep appreciation for their dedication to addressing what he described as one of the greatest humanitarian challenges of our time. He commended their efforts in shaping long-term solutions grounded in teaching, research, service, and support. Citing Pope Francis, the Holy Father cautioned against the spread of the globalization of indifference where societies grow numb to human suffering. He further raised concern over what he termed the globalization of powerlessness. Pope Leo stressed that any response to the migration crisis must uphold the dignity of every individual. He urged participants to serve not only as analysts and advocates but also as peacemakers, fostering reconciliation and building bridges instead of barriers. Highlighting the gesture of welcome, which are being considered for UNESCO recognition, he pointed to them as a powerful example of solidarity and generosity that should inspire united action. Echoing Francis' call for a culture of encounter, Pope Leo said true reconciliation begins with healing, forgiveness, and recognition of shared humanity rather than strategy alone. He appealed to both institutions and individuals to champion actions and policies that nurture hope, particularly in regions long affected by conflict and displacement. As the Church looks ahead to the job of migrants and missions, the Pope encouraged believers to share stories of resilience and faith from migrant communities. In conclusion, Pope Leo XIV reminded all engaged in the migration debate that durable solutions require not only sound policies but also transformed hearts. For Luntha News, this is Patrick Popper.
Malawi is said to roll out a targeted mpox vaccination campaign between the 1st and 2nd week of November, concentrating on high-risk areas as the Minister of Health intensifies efforts to control the disease. This initiative follows the country's recording of 127 mpox cases, with the World Health Organization praising Malawi for maintaining one of Africa's highest testing rates for suspected cases. Speaking in Lilongwe during a handover ceremony of essential laboratory supplies valued at 150,000 United States dollars from the World Health Organization, Ministry of Health Chief of Health Services Technical Dr. Lilian Chonda explained that the equipment will support early detection and rapid diagnosis of mpox nationwide. More details in this report, followed by Gift Kalonga.
Dr. Chunda emphasized that most of the current mpox cases are mild and are being managed within communities, while the vaccination campaign will target only those at risk in hotspot areas. She said the ministry is preparing to distribute the vaccine safely and effectively once health workers complete their training.
It is true that today, Ministry of Health, we have received essential lab equipment for the surveillance of mpox. As it is, as a country, we still have cases of mpox. And the first thing in terms of managing mpox is an early detection or the virus in the community. So what we've received here is very essential in that aspect, that it will enable us to detect and make a quick diagnosis of Mpox from Chitipa to Nsanje. So yes, we are very excited as a Minister of Health to have this timely donation.
Speaking after presenting the equipment for Mpox management, WHO Malawi representative Dr. Nema Lusbamayira Kimambo said the organization had been supporting Malawi even before the country reported its first Mpox case. She noted that WHO collaborated with the Public Health Institute of Malawi to develop case management guidelines, strengthen surveillance systems, raise community awareness, and build capacity for testing, isolation, and contact tracing.
And this was important to ensure that the country was prepared for when Mpox would come. So we worked with the Public Health Institute of Malawi to develop guidelines for case management, to develop systems for surveillance, to develop messages in the community, so that messages to be sent out to the community so that people would recognize signs and symptoms. And even after the first Mpox case, we have continued to work.
Meanwhile, the WHO and the Ministry of Health has stressed the importance of containing Mpox through their combined efforts. They aim to curb the spread of the disease while keeping communities informed and protected. For Luntha News, this is Gift Kalonga.
Out of every 100 deaths recorded annually in Malawi, 32 are caused by non-communicable diseases, NCDs, a figure health experts say is alarmingly high and continues to rise. This was revealed by Hastings Jumia, Deputy Director responsible for non-communicable diseases in the Ministry of Health during the official commemoration of NCD Week held at Masinta Ground in Lilongwe. Bridget Monoga attended the event and she now reports.
Chiumia explained that conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, kidney disease, and cancer remain among the top killers. He stressed that these diseases are now overtaking some communicable diseases as major health threats, warning that if prevention and treatment are not prioritized, the burden on families and the healthcare system will intensify. Chiumia added that the Ministry of Health has been investing in training doctors, nurses, and other healthy personnel to better understand NCDs and improve the quality of care for patients.
In this regard, what we have actually managed to do as government is we have managed to train our clinicians and nurses in the management of the aforementioned conditions. Additionally, what we have actually managed to do is pertaining to pain plus scaling and scale up, we have actually managed to build infrastructure or clinics for which are housing chronic conditions.
Speaking during the same event from the NCD Alliance, Chikulubiriro Stanley Ngombe has called on government to allocate more funding to the health sector to address NCD challenges. He noted that most medicines used to treat those conditions are expensive and often unavailable in public hospitals, leaving patients to struggle. Ngombe further emphasized the importance of prevention and early detection, encouraging Malawians to seek medical help quickly instead of waiting until conditions become severe.
A number of things that we are implementing. We are still continuing seeing regular patients that we see, but we are also integrating mental health in existing services. For example, patients that have other non-communicable diseases like cancers, hypertension, diabetes, they are also at high risk of mental health disorders like depression or anxiety. So those ones, we are not leaving them behind. We are taking them on board as far as mental health is concerned.
Community awareness campaigns have also been introduced to encourage lifestyle changes such as healthier diets, regular regular exercise, and reduced alcohol and tobacco consumption. The commemoration at Masinta Ground brought together government officials, civil society organizations, healthy workers, and community members, all united under the theme of promoting stronger action against NCDs in Malawi. Bridget Mwanoka, Luntha News.
The National Statistical Office (NSO) has disclosed that while imports keep increasing, the country's exports have dropped, sparking worries over the nation's trade balance. NSO spokesperson Samuel Chipokosa said the report is expected to offer valuable guidance to the Ministry of Trade, enabling policymakers to make better informed decisions aimed at boosting both exports and imports for long-term economic stability. Samuel Chipokosa explains.
Yes, so the latest report of International Nationalized Trade Statistics is for August 2025. In this report, the key highlights are that exports have declined while imports have increased in this month of August 2025. In terms of the actual numbers for the exports, the total value of exports for August 2025 has declined by 39.3% compared to August 2024. In terms of the imports, the value has increased by 7.7% compared to August 2024.
You are watching news on Luntha television. Now a reminder of the top stories.
Poplio the 14th urges global unity to address migration crisis. Malawi to roll out targeted mpox vaccination in November as World Health Organization applauds high testing rates. Non-communicable diseases behind 1/3 of annual deaths in Malawi. And in our exclusive report this week, Robert Edward observes that while Malawi's democracy has earned global respect, calls are glowing to tighten the constitution with a 7-day power transfer window to safeguard future transitions.
Moving on with the news, the Chief Executive Officer of the Insurance Institute of Malawi, IIM, Dolis Kuluba, says Malawi's future depends on professionals who uphold integrity and accountability in their work. She emphasized that the insurance sector, like many others, requires a strong ethical foundation, digital transformation, and responsible management practices to effectively support the country's economy and safeguard the interests of citizens. Club on Friday led the official opening of the 2025 annual lecture conference organized by the Insurance Institute of Malawi in Mangochi. Judith Ogan reports.
Kulaba further pointed out that the conference provides an important platform for professionals to reflect on their role in strengthening Malawi's human capital and building institutions that can inspire public trust. She stressed that professionals must go beyond routine duties by applying knowledge with innovation and responsibility to meet emerging challenges.
And to do something on awareness, because out there people are not aware of insurance. So we should go as an industry and talk about insurance and talk about the DMFIC and talk about all the new innovations that we are doing as an industry, even to share the products the industry are giving forward to the public, because some of the people, they don't know that we even insure crops. Yeah. They don't even know that we can even insure their properties. So those are the information that we need to go and give to the public so that they should.
Kulaba included by underscoring that the Lakeshore Conference must inspire professionals to recommit themselves to ethical leaderships, noting that only through integrity and innovation can Malawi achieve sustainable progress. For Luntha News in Lilongwe, this is Judith Ogan.
In entertainment news, the Malawian gospel artist based in South Africa, Corinne Melanzi, is this Sunday set to host a special pre-Mother's Day gospel show at the Chef ICA Makwe, where she will also launch her latest dub album titled Mpashikeni. The gospel artist, who has been making waves in the music industry, has urged Malawians to come in large numbers and be part of the celebration, promising an afternoon filled with uplifting music and worship. Fales Chizombe with the details.
Speaking ahead of the event, Melanzi encouraged people to bring along their mothers and families, saying the show is designed as a gift to honor mothers with praise, song and dance before the official Mother's Day holiday. The event is expected to feature some of Malawi's top gospel musicians, including Dr. Ephraim Kamwendo Banda, Shama Vocals, and the Kamuzu Balak Choir, among other guest performers. Melanzi emphasized that the lineup is a true reflection of the country's gospel talent, adding that fans should expect nothing short of a powerful and anointed experience. She further revealed that the double album Mpashikeni carries a strong message of faith and encouragement, noting that it has been a journey of prayer, reflection and inspiration to put the project together.
Have Kamuzu Barracks, Miracle Chinga, Shama Voka, and Konwanchira will be there, and many more artists is gonna be there to supporting me, to enjoy, to prepare for Mother's Day. That's why we call it Pre-Mother's Day. So that's why I'm calling you, please come.
The Pre-Mother's Day show comes ahead of the Mother's Day celebration that takes place on 15th October. Reporting for Luntha News, this is Fales Chizombe.
Malawi has once again proven its reputation as a beacon of democracy in Africa, successfully defending its tradition of peaceful power transition. In a moment that echoes the humility of founding President Dr. Hastings Kamuzu Banda, Malawi Congress Party President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera conceded defeat, allowing for a swift and smooth handover of the country's top office. The transition follows the unmistakable voice of Malawian citizens at the ballot box, a reminder that the power of the people continues to rise above political egos. In our exclusive report this week, Robert Edward observes that while Malawi's democracy has earned global respect, calls are growing to tighten the constitution with a 7-day power transfer window to safeguard future transitions.
While other politicians saw a success of their quest for presidential seat, the outcome was more than just a concession. It carried a message that reached deep into the country's spirit of reminder that Malawi's democracy is built on stability and peace. This is what defines us as Malawians, the warm heart of Africa, where peace is not only seen but also experienced through every transfer of power.
Saunange zikoni chwakuti kapena taruza ai zikoni tonse sila APM ai neti kupemba tonse kuti tikhale bata saunange zinthu monga za maganyo ndani nazo ndalama zikusunthidwa zosiyana-siyana zikuchitika ma-contract fake contract kupekedwa ndalama zimene zisiye zimenezo tikuononga dziko lathu tikupitiriza kuononga dziko lathu ndiye tisiye zimenezo for once tikonde dziko lino for once kuti tonse ndife Malawi. As I said, in fact, let me say again, kuti ndikupempha anthu onse amenenso analuza ndizipatizina kuti we are all Malawians tigwire ntchito limodzi.
Since the dawn of multi-party democracy, Malawi has consistently upheld this record. In 1994, founding President Dr. Hastings Kamuzu Banda, once seen as an unlikely figure of concede defeat due to his strongman style, bowed out gracefully to Bakiri Muluzi, making the country's first peaceful handover.
Ready for your inspection, sir, please.
moment reflected the power of the people choosing regime change through the ballot. It also underlined the authority of Malawi's constitution, particularly Section 83, subsection 1, which guarantees transitions of power.
To every Malawian, we wish to say that what binds us together is the fact that we all are Malawians, and we are much stronger than all that separates us. Let us all work together to save our country and to give our future generations a better, stronger and prosperous Malawi. Let us maintain peace and public order following the declaration of these results. And now, ladies and gentlemen, by the powers vested in me, by Section 80, subsection 2 of the Constitution, as read with Section 95, subsection 6A of the Presidential, Parliamentary and Local Government Elections Act, I, Justice Annabel Ntalemanja, hereby declare candidate Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika I declare candidate Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika as the President-elect of and Justice Dr. Jane Maemu Ansah AC retired as the President and Vice President-elect of the Republic of Malawi following the September 25 presidential general election.
In 2023, a new provision introduced a 7 days transfer period, but already questions have emerged. The Malawi Law Society has proposed fine-tuning this section to prevent possible misuse of state resources by outgoing leaders. Governance experts echo this concern, warning that the clause requires further safeguards. History, however, continues to affirm Malawi's resilience. From Bakiri Muluzi's victory in 1994 to Bingu Mutharika's succession in 2004 to the constitution handover of power to Joyce Banda in 2012 after Bingu's death, and later Banda's own concession in 2014. Again in 2020, after the court-ordered fresh presidential election, Peter Mutharika transferred power to Dr. Lazarus Chakwera. Time and again, the ballot has spoken louder than the ambitions of politicians. But experts caution this legacy should never be taken for granted. For a young democracy like Malawi, it remains both a source of pride and responsibility to protect.
With that item, we've also come to the end of our today's bulletin, but let's have a recap of the top stories before we go.
Pope Leo XIV urges global unity to address migration crisis. Malawi to roll out targeted mpox vaccination in November as World Health Organization applauds high testing rates. Non-communicable diseases behind 1/3 of annual deaths in Malawi. And in our exclusive report this week, Robert Edward observes that while Malawi's democracy has earned global respect, calls are glowing to tighten the constitution with a 7-day power transfer window to safeguard future transitions.
You've been with me, Charlie Dechilanga. Thanks so much for giving me company and continue enjoying the rest of our programs right here on Luntha TV. Have a lovely weekend.